When we talk about life creation and the miracle of new beginnings, it all starts with understanding the natural rhythm that God has placed within a woman's body. Every month, her body follows a cycle, and this cycle is not random, it is purposeful. It is designed to prepare her for the possibility of carrying life. And when we understand this cycle, we gain knowledge that can help us walk with clarity, intention, and wisdom. The menstrual cycle is usually about 28 days long, though for some women it can be a little shorter or longer, and during this time the body goes through incredible changes. It begins with the first day of menstruation when bleeding starts, and that marks day 1 of the cycle. As the days progress, the body begins to prepare an egg, and as that egg matures, it moves toward the moment of release. That release, known as ovulation, usually happens around day 14, right in the middle of the cycle, and it is this moment that is most important when it comes to the possibility of new life. Now, why is this important to know? Because understanding the female cycle is not just a matter of science, it is a matter of empowerment. Many couples walk through life without understanding this timing, and sometimes they feel hopeless when things don't happen as quickly as they expect. But knowledge is power, and when you know how the body works, you can align your efforts with the body's natural rhythm. Think about it. A woman's egg lives for only 24 hours after it is released, yet during this small window of time, life can be conceived. On the other hand, sperm can live inside the female body for up to 5 days, which means that if intimacy happens a few days before ovulation, the sperm can still be present and waiting when the egg is released. This is the beauty of creation. It all works together with a perfect design. When you realize that ovulation is the key moment, you begin to see that timing matters. Couples who are trying to conceive often misunderstand this, thinking that any day in the month gives an equal chance. But that is not the case. There is a window, a fertile window, when the chances are highest, and that window is usually between day 12 and day 16 of the cycle. This is where the body is naturally prepared for the possibility of conception. It is during this time that couples can be intentional, knowing that they are working in harmony with nature rather than against it. But let me tell you something deeper. Understanding the cycle is not just about physical timing, it is also about emotional connection. When couples learn about this process together, it builds communication, trust, and unity. It is no longer just the woman's responsibility to track her body, but a shared journey where both partners understand and walk hand in hand toward the dream of parenthood. And in that unity, there is strength. A man who respects and understands the rhythm of his wife's body is a man who shows love not only with his words, but also with his patience, his support, and his willingness to walk the journey together. There is something profoundly motivational about this. Life itself is a miracle, and when we align with the natural processes of the body, we recognize that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. Understanding the menstrual cycle is not just medical knowledge, it is an invitation to see the fingerprints of God in the design of life. It is a reminder that creation is not accidental. The timing, the preparation, the release, the opportunity, all of it is orchestrated with precision. And when we become aware of it, we no longer take the process lightly, but instead we treat it with respect, gratitude, and intentionality. Now, for those who are waiting and hoping, let me encourage you, patience is part of the journey. Even when timing is right, sometimes conception does not happen immediately, and that can bring disappointment. But disappointment should not turn into despair. It should remind you that every cycle is a new opportunity, every month a new beginning, and every moment a chance to trust the process and believe that in the right time, life will come forth. The human body is not a machine. It is living, dynamic, and unique. That is why understanding the cycle gives you clarity, but patience gives you strength. When you look at the cycle with this perspective, it is no longer just about counting days, but about seeing life as a gift, about recognizing the wisdom in creation, and about walking with hope. A woman's monthly cycle is not a burden. It is a sign of her body's power to nurture life. And when a man and a woman come together with understanding, they position themselves for the miracle of conception. That is why understanding the female cycle is not only scientific knowledge, it is motivational truth. It pushes you to respect life, to value timing, and to believe in the possibility of new beginnings. So let this knowledge encourage you. Every month brings a new cycle. Every cycle brings a new chance, and every chance is a reminder that life is precious. Understand the body, align with the timing, and step forward with hope. Because when you do, you are not only pursuing conception, you are honoring the very design of life itself. When it comes to the dream of starting a family, one of the most important things to understand is that timing matters. Life does not come by chance, it comes by design. And the more we understand that design and the more we position ourselves to walk into the miracle we desire. Conception is not just about the act of intimacy, it is about aligning that intimacy with the window of opportunity that the body gives. That window is small, but it is powerful and it holds the highest chance of bringing forth life. A woman's cycle has many days, but not every day is equal when it comes to fertility. Many couples believe that conception can happen on any day, and when it does not happen quickly, they feel discouraged. But science, wisdom, and experience all show us that the body works in patterns, and if we pay attention to those patterns, we can maximize the chances of success. The key is ovulation. Around day 14 of a 28-day cycle, the body releases an egg. That egg is the center of everything because without it, conception cannot take place. The egg, however, has a very short lifespan. It only survives for about 24 hours after being released. That means the window for conception is narrow, and that is why timing is so critical. Now, some might think that this is discouraging, only one day, only 24 hours. But this is where the beauty of creation comes into play. While the egg has a short life, sperm can live inside a woman's body for up to 5 days. That means that if intimacy happens a few days before ovulation, the sperm can still be present, waiting and ready when the egg is finally released. This is why the fertile window is not just one day, but several days. In fact, the best chances of conception happen when couples are intimate between days 12 and 16 of the cycle, because during this time, the body is naturally preparing for ovulation, and the sperm and egg have the highest chance of meeting. Understanding this timing is empowering. It removes the stress of guessing and replaces it with clarity. Instead of feeling frustrated, couples can move with confidence, knowing that they are giving themselves the best chance possible. Knowledge brings peace. When you know the body's rhythm, you can plan with hope instead of uncertainty. And hope is what keeps people motivated even when the journey feels long. But there is another layer to this truth. Timing for conception is not only about physical preparation, it is also about emotional readiness. The stress of trying, the disappointment of waiting, the pressure of expectation. These can take a toll on couples if they lose sight of the bigger picture. That is why intimacy during the fertile window should not be reduced to a mechanical duty. It should be embraced as an act of love, connection, and shared purpose. When couples focus only on the outcome, they may feel burdened. But when they see each moment as a step toward life, even before conception happens, they find joy in the journey. This is where motivation becomes essential. You may not see results right away, but every effort is building toward something. Every cycle is another opportunity. Every fertile window is another chance. And chances do not disappear. They accumulate in hope, in patience, and in faith. Timing gives you direction, but perseverance gives you victory. Think about how many people in life miss their opportunities, not because they lack ability, but because they do not recognize the right timing. The same principle applies here. When you understand the timing of conception, you are no longer blind to the opportunity. It is clear before you. you begin to see that the body is not against you. It is working with you. The cycle is not an obstacle. It is a guide. And if you follow that guide, you move closer to the dream of holding life in your hands. Let me encourage you with this: patience and timing go hand in hand. Just as a seed planted in the soil needs the right season to grow, so too does conception require the right window to begin. You cannot force growth outside of its season, but when you plant in the right time, you set yourself up for harvest. The fertile window is your season. It is the moment where everything aligns. And when you recognize it, you position yourself for the harvest of life. But timing alone is not everything. The body must be nurtured, the mind must be calm, and the spirit must remain hopeful. When all these align with timing, the chances increase even more. Couples who approach this process with positivity and patience often find themselves stronger, not only in their pursuit of conception, but also in their relationship. Because at the heart of it, conception is not just about biology, it is about love, unity, and the shared desire to bring new life into the world. So when you think about timing, think beyond the numbers. Yes, ovulation is day 14. Yes, the fertile window is between day 12 and day 16. But deeper than that, timing is about trusting that each effort is meaningful. Timing is about believing that each month is a new beginning, each cycle a new opportunity, and each window a new chance to see life happen. Never forget that the miracle of conception is not just about science, it is about purpose. The body has been designed with wisdom, and within that design is a reminder that life is precious, delicate, and intentional. When you align with timing, you are not just working with biology, you are stepping into a divine rhythm. And that rhythm will not fail you as long as you remain patient, consistent, and full of hope. So let this truth motivate you. Timing is not your enemy, it is your ally. Every month brings a new chance. Every fertile window opens a new door. And every act of love within that timing is a seed planted in hope. Do not give up. Do not lose faith. Understand the timing, honor the process, and believe that in the right moment, the miracle of life will begin. When we talk about fertility and the dream of bringing new life into the world, it is easy to focus only on the physical side, the days, the cycle, the timing of ovulation. And while all of these are important, there is another layer that is equally powerful and sometimes even more influential: the health of your body, the strength of your mindset, and the connection between you and your partner. Fertility is not only about biology, it is about wholeness. It is about creating an environment where life can flourish. And that means looking at every area of life with intentionality. The truth is, conception is not something we can fully control, but we can prepare for it. We can create conditions where the chances are maximized. That begins with health. The body is the vessel through which life is carried. And when that vessel is strong, nourished, and cared for, the possibility of conception grows. For women, this means maintaining a healthy balance in nutrition, managing stress, keeping the body active, and avoiding harmful substances that disrupt the cycle. For men, it means the same, because fertility is not just a woman's journey, it is a shared responsibility. Both partners contribute, both partners prepare, and both partners can strengthen their chances by taking care of their bodies. But health is not only physical, it is also emotional and mental. Stress is one of the biggest enemies of fertility. When the mind is overwhelmed, when the heart is heavy with worry, the body often responds in ways that make conception more difficult. Cycles can become irregular, ovulation can be delayed, and the natural balance of hormones can be disrupted. That is why it is so important to approach the journey of fertility with peace, not panic. The more you worry, the more you burden yourself, and the less your body is able to function with its natural rhythm. But when you calm your mind, when you let go of constant anxiety and choose to believe that life will come in its season, you create space for your body to do what it was designed to do. This is where motivation plays such a vital role. Couples who keep their hearts filled with hope, who remind themselves that every month is a new opportunity, and who refuse to give up find strength even in the waiting, and strength is what carries them through. If you look at fertility only as a test, you will feel exhausted. But if you look at it as a journey with lessons, growth, and deeper love along the way, you will see it as something that builds you, not something that breaks you. Another key part of a healthy approach is communication. Far too often, couples put silent pressure on themselves and on each other. They hide their fears, they carry their disappointments alone, and this silence creates distance. But fertility is not a solo effort. It is a shared path. When you open your heart to your partner, when you share your struggles, your questions, and your hopes, you strengthen your bond, and that bond is powerful. A couple that stands together in unity is far stronger than one that walks divided in silence. So talk with one another, encourage one another, and remember that intimacy is not only for conception. It is also for love, comfort, and connection. Let us not forget the role of lifestyle. Small changes can make a big difference. Eating wholesome foods, staying active, getting enough sleep, and avoiding toxins like excessive alcohol, smoking, or processed junk can all improve fertility. These are not complicated changes, but they are powerful ones. Every step you take toward health is a step toward possibility. Every choice to care for your body is an investment in your future. Think of it like preparing the soil for a seed. If the soil is dry, neglected, and filled with weeds, the seed may not grow. But if the soil is rich, watered, and cared for, the seed has a far greater chance of flourishing. Your body is that soil, and your lifestyle is the way you prepare it. Now, let's go even deeper. A healthy approach to fertility also means recognizing that the journey may take time, and that does not mean failure. Too many couples see delay as defeat, when in reality, delay can be a season of preparation. Sometimes the body needs time to regulate, sometimes the mind needs time to find peace, and sometimes life is preparing you for something greater than what you expected. The healthiest thing you can do in those moments is to keep your faith alive. Do not allow frustration to steal your joy. Do not allow comparison to steal your peace, and do not allow disappointment to steal your vision of the future. Every cycle is another chance, every effort another step closer, and every day another opportunity to prepare yourself for the gift you desire. Finally, the healthiest approach to fertility is balance. Do not let this journey consume your entire identity. You are more than your ability to conceive. You are a whole person with dreams, talents, and purpose beyond parenthood. When you hold on to that truth, you remove unnecessary pressure. Parenthood is a blessing, but your worth is not measured by how quickly it happens. Your worth is already complete. From that place of security, you can pursue fertility with joy, not fear, with confidence, not doubt. And that is where true health begins, in the heart and mind, not just the body. So as you walk this journey, take care of yourself, nourish your body, calm your mind, strengthen your spirit, and deepen your love. That is the healthy approach to fertility. It is not about chasing life with desperation, but about creating an environment where life can grow naturally. It is not about forcing results, but about preparing yourself so that when the time is right, you are ready. And above all, it is about holding on to hope, because hope is the seed that keeps you moving forward even when the waiting feels long. The miracle of life is not just about science. It is about faith, health, and love working together. And when those three are present, your chances are not just biological, they are multiplied by the power of unity, patience, and belief. Keep your body strong, your mind peaceful, and your heart full of hope. Because when all of these come together, you are not only preparing for conception, you are preparing for a future filled with life, love, and purpose